That ain't
scorecard.
happening anymore.
Okay.
Okay. Nobody's keeping score. Nobody's sitting for 9 innings waiting for the beer guy to come around. One of the things I did in concert with my friend Pekko Hasoi, the MIT professor, is I said, look, when I started out by saying to her, you got to unfuck baseball. So how do you get kids to come? How do you accommodate the old vocabulary of baseball with the new technology? She and her students at MIT created for me a game they called Beat the Bot, an algorithm for a game that was to be played on a handheld in which kids could compete against the computer to see who best could predict what was likely to happen next. You won't be surprised to learn that the person who won was not a child, but like a 16 or 17-year-old, maybe he was even 19-year-old, who actually knew all the numbers of all the players involved and made some very good calculations. But this was done at Eldridge Park at an Orleans Firebirds game without any warning, without any pre announcements. We got there, we put up a couple of posters and said, we're going to do this in the fifth and sixth inning. And we got 80 kids who wanted to play. I heard kids running around going, Mom, I need your phone. I got to beat the bot. And little kids going up to Pecco and trying, can we play now? And she had to teach them about what innings were. You see that number? That's a 2. That means we're in the second inning. And you have to wait 3 more till we get to the fifth inning. I got to wait. Yeah, you got to wait. Okay. And kids who couldn't wait to go home by the fifth inning, beseeching their parents, I don't want to leave. I want to stay. So part of what me, Jane, as commissioner, is going to do is find out ways to incorporate the technology of the present to allow kids specifically, but adults too, to interact with what's going on in the field in a way that keeps your interest the way scoring, used to do for you. But nobody's sitting there with pencils. In fact, it's hard to find scorecards. Not happening anymore.